What's going on, guys? It's your boy Pino Shinobi. Right now I'm going to show you guys all of the guns in Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer. So when you first go into the multiplayer menu, you're gonna see this screen right here. Press play online, and then once you go to create a soldier, you're gonna have an option to unlock three of the following: Mickner, Magro, and Hackbarth. The rest of them are actually also this guy, Skonveld, Reese, and the other ones are too much. So you're gonna have like 3 squad points to unlock one of the following characters, and the other ones I don't know why, but they require more squad points to unlock. When you unlock one of the characters, you're gonna have up to 6 loadouts or 6 custom classes for that character. And the way this game works is, instead of the old CODs where you kind of rank up your character and you unlock stuff for all your classes, each character has their own kind of prestige thing, so you have to prestige all of them separately. So the way I've done it is I've unlocked the first guy, made my character. You can customize your character, make them female, which I think a lot of you guys are going to do because it's a new feature that's in the game. Give them like different types of headgear, face paint and stuff like that, different uniforms, different patches. These are like the emblems, and different backgrounds and your clan tag and all that kind of stuff. Also you can put like a ghillie suit on. So when you pick a loadout, you can unlock more by using more squad points, which you get by playing games. You get more squad points the more games you play. So once you go to a loadout, let's look at the weapons. So primary weapons. The first primary weapon is the combat knife. You already have that unlocked. If you're only use me blade kind of guy, that's for you. Assault rifles. So you have the SC 2010, and I'm not going to read out the stats. The stats are on the bottom right of the screen, as you can see. Just look at it for yourself. The first two are already unlocked. The next one is the SA 805. The next one is the AK 12, which I'm assuming is the AK 47 equivalent. Next one is the FAD. The next one is the MSBS, and I've already unlocked this one. This one seems to have some of the best. This one seems to have the best stats of the lot. If you compare them, it's kind of balanced, but it's a burst fire, so you can add an attachment which makes it fully automatic. The next one is the Remington R5. This one is one of my favorites, the Honey Badger. And the next one is the ARX 160. And if you look at the descriptions, some of these guns already come with attachments on them, so you don't have to waste an attachment slot adding a new attachment to it. So for example, the Honey Badger has a silencer on the gun already, so instead of having to equip a silencer on this particular gun, it already comes with one. So that means you have 2 extra slots to put whatever attachments you want. This one, for example, has a laser sight, which, if you know, increases hip fire accuracy. And this one is a 3-round burst gun, which is also an attachment. This one doesn't have one. This one doesn't have one. These ones don't have any. So the last 3 have attachments already on them, which you could use to your advantage. If you want a gun that has a silencer, you probably should go with the Honey Badger. Okay, next up, submachine guns. So you have the Bison, which looks like the PP90M1, was it, from Modern Warfare 3? I forgot what it's called. Next one is the CBJ-MS, and this has FMJ bullets on it, armor piercing. The next one is the Vepr, I think that's how you pronounce it. The next one is the Vector CRB, which I have unlocked, it's alright. And the next one is the K7, which, as you can see from the image and from the description, it also has a silencer on it. So if you want a submachine gun with a suppressor on it, this is probably the one you should use, just because it already has one on it and you can add extra stuff that doesn't use up your 2 slots. Next up, we have the MTAR-X, which is kind of weird. Usually we see the TAR as a assault rifle, like in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. But I guess in this version, it might be a more smaller version. I don't know. It's an SMG version of the gun. So the MTAR-X. Next up, let's go to LMGs, light machine guns. We have the Amelie. So, yep, moving on. We have the M27IAR. And then we have the LSAT, which you have seen before. And we have the Chainsaw, which has a laser sight on it. And this one looks the most badass of the lot if you kind of compare them. Okay, moving on. Let's look at the Marksman rifles. If you don't know what these are kind of like sniper rifles, but they are semi-automatic, which means you can shoot and shoot and shoot, and they're not bolt action. And you also have the option to remove the scope, add a red dot, holographic sight, whatever you want. So the first one is the MR28. The next one is the MK14, which you have seen before. I think this was in Modern Warfare. I think this was in COD 4 and in Modern Warfare 2. I never played COD 4, but I know this was in Modern Warfare 2. The SVU, which you have seen before, and the IA2. All of which don't come with attachments, except for this one. This one already has a foregrip, which is pretty cool. Next up, we have the sniper rifles, which are bolt action. We have this one, which has recoil compensator, which I guess reduces the recoil, the USR. This one also has the recoil compensator, L11.5. We have the Lynx. This one's also semi-automatic, which kind of, I don't understand why it's here and not in the Marksman list. Moving on, we have the VKS, which is also semi-automatic and has a silencer on it. Next up, we have the shotguns. We have the Bulldog, which is semi-automatic, and it's a short-range kind of gun. We have the FP6, which is a pump-action shotgun. It's the strongest damage in its class with moderate range, and also there is an attachment which lets you increase the range, so this might be the beast of the lot. Also, all the shotguns have a different type of ammo that you can use as an attachment. The what is it? The slug. So instead of having like a spread of smaller pellets, you can use the slug attachment, and it will change it to like a solid, like ball bearing kind of thing, kind of like the KSG in Modern Warfare 3, I believe it was. Next up, we have the TAC-12, which has smart choke attachment on it, and it kind of looks like the KSG as we were just talking about. Next up, we have the MTS-255, double action 5-round revolving cylinder shotgun that lets you run and gun in style. Moving on, we have the Riot Shield. The Riot Shield has like 3 different attachments for it, which are pretty cool, you know, very specific attachments just for the Riot Shield. So that's pretty much it for all the primaries. Let me know if you want to go through if you want me to go through the attachments, and I'll also do that. Now let's go on to the secondaries. For secondaries, you can either choose to have none, no attachment, no secondary at all. The handguns, we have the M9A1. You have the MP443. We have the P226. We have the Magnum, which is a favorite, of course. And we have the PDW. PDW we have seen. I don't think this is the same type of PDW. Obviously it's not. It's a pistol. But it is a burst fire pistol. So this might be a favorite among you guys. You know, it's kind of like the Rafika from Modern Warfare 2. Next up, we have the launchers. There's only 3 launchers in this game. We have the Castet, which is kind of like the Thumper that we've seen before. We have the Panzerfaust. Is that how you pronounce it? I think this looks like the kind that you are going to use to take out air support. And finally, we have the MK32, which is kind of like the War Machine that we've seen before. So that's pretty much all of the primary and secondary weapons. I think I'm going to launch out like a few more videos today. Maybe one showing you guys all of the camos and stuff like that. And also let me show you guys the lethal and tactical. So here we have the frag grenade, Semtex grenade, which you have seen before, throwing knife, you've seen that before, C4, that's not new. We also have the IED, which is kind of like a claymore, kind of like a bouncing Betty. You put it down, and if anyone goes near it, it blows up. Canister bomb, mixed chemical bomb that has to be primed before release and detonates shortly after throwing. So I'm not too sure what the difference is between this and the frag grenade. We'll probably figure it out. I'll figure it out once I unlock it and get to try it out. Next up, we have the tactical grenades. You have the 9-bang, which is like the flash grenade, but the longer you hold it, the more effective it is, and also it can EMP the enemy and their equipment. Concussions, which is like a stun grenade. Smoke grenade, Willy Pete. Trophy system, which isn't new, we've seen that before. Motion sensor, you've seen that before also. And the thermobaric, is that how you pronounce it? It's a type of grenade that creates a large but low damage blast radius and weakens armor. So I guess this is the kind of thing you want to use against juggernauts. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I will see you guys in the next video.